How to nominate an aquaculture lease site. This video will show you how to use the Florida Aquaculture Interactive Atlas to nominate a new aquaculture lease site. If you need more information on how to access the map, please review the video, How to Access the Florida Aquaculture Interactive Atlas. This video will cover the legend, layers, measurement, draw, and print tools. You should only use this tutorial if there are no vacant aquaculture lease parcels of interest, or if you have a new area you would like to nominate for review by the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services Division of Aquaculture. When possible, applying for a vacant aquaculture parcel is recommended, as existing aquaculture parcels are the quickest way to obtain an aquaculture lease through the FDAC's Division of Aquaculture. Existing aquaculture parcels have received the necessary approval for aquaculture production. On another device, scan the QR code or use another browser tab to visit the website www.fdacs.gov/agriculture-industry/aquaculture-shellfish-harvesting-area-and-aquaculture-lease-map to follow along. It is recommended to access the Florida Aquaculture Interactive Atlas on a desktop or laptop for optimal functionality. The Florida Aquaculture Interactive Atlas has limited capability on a mobile device. Take some time to review the considerations for nominating a new aquaculture lease site on the FDAC's website. The considerations can be reviewed in detail at www.fdacs.gov/agriculture-industry/aquaculture-submerged-land-leasing. On another device, scan the QR code or use another browser tab to visit the website. Keep in mind that any proposed aquaculture lease site must be in an approved or conditionally approved shellfish harvesting classification area, bare bottom, and will not impede navigation or conflict with other uses. The sites must not contain any seagrass, live bottom habitat, oyster bars, etc. In addition to utilizing the features of the Florida Aquaculture Interactive Atlas, it is recommended to physically check the site in person prior to submitting an aquaculture lease application. Before submitting an application to nominate a new aquaculture lease site, contact the Division of Aquaculture to discuss your proposal. If you do not find a vacant aquaculture parcel in the area of interest, or if you have a specific area in mind, you may want to nominate a new aquaculture lease site. First, let us explore the icons and tools in the Florida Aquaculture Interactive Atlas. Select the second icon on the furthest left at the top of the map screen. It is titled Layers and looks like a stack of papers. The legend information box will pop up on the map screen. Notice the color of the polygons that are seen in your area of interest. Scroll down in the legend information box to view the entire legend. The legend defines what each color or polygon on the map represents. When nominating a new lease, be sure to avoid restricted or prohibited shellfish harvesting areas. This information will automatically show on the map screen when you first open the map. Select the Layers label. The layer information box will appear on the screen. Scroll through the layer information box to view all the layers that can be added to the map. Select the Close button to exit the Layers menu. Layers can also be viewed in the larger menu on the right side of the screen by selecting the Layers tab from the menu at the top of the map. Select a feature you are interested in viewing, such as oyster beds. Select the option Show Oyster Beds Statewide to view this layer. To hide the layer on the map, select Show Oyster Beds Statewide from the Layers menu. Remember, new aquaculture parcels cannot be sited on seagrass, oyster beds, or other existing natural resources. When nominating a new aquaculture parcel, you will need to avoid these. Make sure to check the transparency. If more than one layer is selected for an area, it may be difficult to see them all clearly. This can be remedied by changing the transparency of the layers. Select the three dots on the right side of the layer you are interested in, labeled Options. Select the option for Transparency. Select anywhere along the scale or drag the slider bar to set your desired transparency for that layer. 50% is a good start for the transparency of each layer. Select the X or Close button on the top right of the transparency menu. From the Options menu, you can also zoom to your desired layer. Start by once again selecting the three dots on the right of the layer's name. Select the option labeled Zoom to. The map will automatically zoom into an area with the selected feature. Now we will go through the different measurement tools. From the top left menu, select the button labeled Measure. It looks like a ruler. The measurement tool can measure the area of a polygon, distance, and can provide coordinates for a specific location. Once the measurement tool is open, there are two options. The first is the distance measurement tool, which is shown with an icon of a ruler and one line above it. The second option is the polygon measurement tool, which is shown as a ruler with 4 connected lines. We will begin with the distance tool. Select anywhere on the map to begin your measurement. Once you have drawn a line of your desired distance, select the same place on the map twice to stop tracking the distance. Select the Unit drop-down menu to change the units of distance. Select your desired unit of measurement. For this example, we will use feet. Now we will use the Polygon Area Measurement tool. Select the second tab from the measurement menu labeled Polygon. Your existing measurement will disappear once you start to draw your polygon. Begin by selecting anywhere on the map. This will be the first corner of your polygon. Drag your mouse and then select a second area on the map to be your second corner of your polygon. Select a third time for the third corner. A pop-up menu of the measurement will open and display the area of your polygon thus far. Note that if you change the units of the measurement, you will no longer be able to draw points for the polygon. For the fourth point of your polygon, select the fourth point twice to create the final corner. Select the Unit tab to change the measurement units from meters. Select the option labeled Acres. The area of your polygon will now show in your desired units, or acres for this example. You can now select the X or Close button from the top of the measurement menu. Next, let us review the far right icon at the bottom of the map screen. It is titled Draw and appears as a painter's palette. This tool will be useful for depicting the polygon of interest for the nominated aquaculture lease site. This example uses an arbitrary location purely to show how to use the draw and print features of the map. Be sure your location adheres to all conditions and considerations for a new aquaculture lease site prior to submitting the application. Begin by selecting the Draw button. Locate the polygon feature in the Draw information box. This will be the third button from the left. From the Polygon Draw menu, select and check the box for Show Area Measurement. Select the drop-down menu labeled Unit. Select the Acres option. Now, select and check the box for Show Perimeter Measurement. Select the drop-down menu labeled Unit. Select the Feet option. You can change the appearance of the polygon from the Draw Polygon menu if desired. Now we can begin to draw the polygon. Select the area on the map that you would like to be the first corner of your polygon. Select the area on the map that you would like to be the second corner of the polygon. Select the area on the map for the third corner of the polygon. Finally, select the fourth point on the map twice to make the final corner of your polygon. Now we will add location markers to each of the 4 corners of the polygon. Begin by selecting the Marker button from the Draw menu. This is the first icon on the left. From the Marker menu, you can choose any of the marker designs. Select the checkbox for Show Location Measurement. Now select each corner of the polygon to add a marker. After adding all markers, select the X or Close button from the Draw menu. Scroll the mouse wheel or select the Zoom In button, which is the plus sign icon on the bottom right of the map, to zoom into your drawn polygon. Make sure all marker locations are easy to read by zooming until each coordinate is clearly defined. From the menu on top of the map, select the Print tab. The Print menu will open on the right side of the map screen. Select the text box for title. Rename the file with proposed lease _ followed by your last name or company name. After renaming the file, select the Print button. Select the Results tab from the Print menu. Select the name of the file from the Results menu. Selecting the file will open a pop-up print menu. Make sure all location information for your proposed lease site is clearly visible before saving the file. Select the printer icon at the top of the page. From within the printer menu, change the printer location to be Print to PDF. This will save the file as a PDF to your device. Remember, any changes you made to the map are not saved on your computer, browser, or on the map itself. To save anything, you must make a PDF copy of it using the Print tool. When you open the map again at a later date, it will be reset to the department's default setup, and it will not show what you created previously. There are more features and tools you can explore on your own for this map. Please see Technical Bulletin Number 6, Leasing Process, on FDAC's Division of Aquaculture website for more information. On another device or browser tab, scan the QR code to view the bulletin or visit the website at www.fdacs.gov/agriculture-industry/aquaculture-submerged-land-leasing. After discussing with the Division of Aquaculture, apply for an aquaculture lease using the FDAC's Aquaculture portal. Please note that aquaculture lease applications received for a new site undergo a comprehensive review, which may take 6 months or more. On another device, scan the QR code or use another browser tab to visit the website aquacultureportal.fdacs.gov. If you have any questions, contact the Division of Aquaculture by calling 850-617-7600 or emailing aquaculture_web@fdacs.gov.